It's early Saturday evening on August Bank Holiday in Newquay, and the town is gearing up for a busy night of drinking. To help ease the strain on emergency services during the busy summer weekends, St John Ambulance has for the last 6 years provided medical assistance through the Streetsafe scheme.
The aim of the Streetsafe project is to divert minor injuries away from the frontline emergency services. Perhaps typically in the past where someone who was drunk or had a minor injury in Newquay was found, they'd either end up going to a police cell or to a bed in A&E for the night. And the county's short of both cells and A&E beds, and both of those cost quite a lot of money. So what we hope to do is when we have someone with a minor injury or someone who's just drunk, is to bring them up here, render what assistance we can and try and divert them away from those expensive frontline services.
As the evening's drinking begins, the team get their first call out of the night.
Yeah, someone who's drunk and has apparently fallen over and banged their head outside one of the local hotels, and it's just come through on the pub watch radio. So it's within walking distance of the bus. So we'll go and take a look at it now. A little bit of driving. Crack to the head. Let me know, go to the door.
Trips and falls whilst under the influence of alcohol represent a large number of the cases treated by the scheme.
I fell over and banged your head, darling.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah. Does it hurt at all?
Yeah.
Can I have a look? Yeah?
Well, we've just come to check you out, that's all. The staff here were a bit worried about you, so they called us down just to check you over.
Doesn't hurt anywhere, no? Got a headache at all?
Yeah.
Yeah? Whereabouts around, is it the front of the head, at the back of the head? Front. And did you have your headache before you fell over?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, how long have you had your headache for?
5 hours.
5 hours. Have you been drinking at all today?
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah, loads
Yeah?
of them, but...
You don't know where they are?
No, I've lost them.
No? Have you got a phone to call them at all? Alright. It's alright. I can't see any blood or any...
You alright if I start taking details from you?
Yeah.
Let's take some details off you. We'll help you out by taxi if we can, alright? So that's no problem. I'll just take your name, buddy, and we'll help you out. We'll make sure you're looked after.
The patient is assessed and treated for suspected concussion, then transferred onto a patient transport vehicle. This case is a typical example where, prior to the Streetsafe scheme, a frontline ambulance would have been used.
From the police point of view, we're great supporters of the Streetsafe project. It's been a great benefit to us. Every summer it's running, July, August, and it really does take the burden of work from us when dealing with people who are drunk and incapable, under the influence of drugs and are suffering from minor injuries.
We treat the casualties on here if we can. If not, at night, in the weekends, at Newquay Minor Injuries, we've got an ECP as our backup. And they can deal with suturing, gluing, steri-stripping. If you've got a broken wrist, they can put a back slab on it and send you to the hospital the next day rather than tie up A&E during the night time when it's quite busy down there.
Down at the harbour, the team encounter a rather unusual case. The man has been injured whilst out fishing and claims to have been bitten by a seal.
Why he wanted to hand feed a seal, I don't know. I turned around, he's bleeding. I didn't even know how he'd got it. So how from that? I got bit by a seal.
There's big signs that say do not feed the seals, they bite.
To be fair, I haven't seen those, yeah, but that's like common sense, I'd have thought.
Right. Have you got your tetanus up to date, do you know?
Probably not.
That's quite a deep and nasty cut. Alright, it's going to need something doing to it, maybe some stitches. Okay. Alright, and it needs to be sorted out because there's nothing worse having an injury on your finger. Obviously it's going to cause you quite a bit of discomfort.
Is this unusual?
The seal bite, yes. Yes, very. It's our first one. This is my 3rd year and it's our first seal bite.
The crew take the patient to Newquay Minor Injuries Unit to receive stitches for the injury. Meanwhile, back at the bus, the police bring in another casualty.
This is Northwest now. Right. These singing bubbles in the air.
Okay. Have we got any details for him? No name, no nothing.
No, I'll get his property in a minute.
The drunken man has been picked up by the police. He is suspected of having hypothermia after going swimming in Watergate Bay.
That's his cash, which he was quite generously throwing around to everybody
Alright.
at the scene. So he's obviously a very wealthy man.
Soaked to the skin. How long has he been in water for?
No idea, because he was in the Phoenix pub. Which isn't too far away from the beach.
All the glory bubbles, the bubbles in the air. Don't fucking touch me, man. Don't touch me, man. Don't even go there.
No.
Yes.
In these situations, if the patient is uninjured, they may be released. The alternative is to take the patient into custody overnight until they are sober.
I think it works really well. It's a great opportunity for us to work with the ambulance service and also the police as well, so it's a lot of interagency work, more so than what we get to do at our normal duties really, so it's a good opportunity for that.
Later on in the night, and the team is called to Beach Road to treat a woman suffering from an asthma attack.
Yeah?
I had pain earlier, but the pain's gone, it's just a little bit tight.
The woman is given oxygen to reduce the risk of hypoxia. This kind of rapid treatment can significantly lower the need for hospital admissions for asthma. She will then be taken to the minor injuries unit for a further checkup.
Anybody who wants to volunteer to come for it will get a real reward from it. They'll be working with the emergency services, rubbing shoulders with the police, the ambulance crews, fire brigade even, and they'll get a really good return for what they're doing.
I think it's just a really good opportunity to get stuck in with other members of the other teams that we work with and hopefully have a good time at the same time.
Especially for the divisions. I know that True Division's very busy, especially in the summer, but there are quite a few divisions that don't have as many duties as we do. So being able to come out here and do the sort of stuff that we get to do on this duty, it's just experience for everybody, and it gives everybody the chance to use their skills if they're in a division that's not as busy as the bigger ones.
It's just something a bit different for the members, and we're hoping that next year a lot more members will come on board and come out on the project with us.
It's 3 a.m. The streets are quiet, the last of the revellers make their way home, and the Streetsafe team finish up for the night. Next year, the scheme will be looking for more volunteers, both on the front line and also in supporting roles, to help expand this extremely valuable service.